It's a super Saturday of exciting high school rugby action with two fantastic matches to decide bragging rights in the Golden State. It's Northern California versus Southern California, an eternal rivalry right here on SoCal College Sports. From Saddleback College Stadium on the campus of Saddleback College in Mission Viejo, this is the third annual California High School Rugby Championship hosted by SoCal Youth Rugby. Today's first match will be the state third place match between Northern California representative and defending California champions, the De La Salle Spartans of Concord, and the Southern California representative, the San Clemente Tritons. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on SoCal College Sports. My name is Stephen Davies. It's a pleasure to be joined by today's analyst, Rich Kelly. It's the third edition, then, of California's single school high school rugby championships, and thanks to an alternating schedule between North and South, this will be the first time the tournament is held at Saddleback College in Mission Viejo, itself no stranger to hosting 3C2A and high school championships in partnership with today's hosts, SoCal Youth Rugby. And as we say good afternoon to Rich Kelly, a former high school rugby coach himself, this is an occasion and a venue worthy of any sporting championship, Rich. What do you think our audience can expect from today's matches, especially if this is their first time watching the sport?
Thank you, Stephen. This is going to be a fantastic group of games here with these four teams that are going to be highlighting some of the best players in the state. Some of these guys are headed off to universities next year. And so we're going to be able to see top-level high school rugby in these two matches.
Let's meet the teams, and to followers of high school sports here in the state of California, it should come as no surprise that the four teams represented today, the aforementioned Spartans and Tritons, and the two teams in our championship match, the Lancers of St. Francis of Mountain View and the Falcons of Torrey Pines, San Diego, are all schools and programs that are known for their scholastic and their athletic prowess. The Spartans of De La Salle then are coming off their first loss since April of 2019, with a 26-24 loss to a St. Francis side during NORCAL Premier League play that signaled a shift in the balance of power of the sport in the Bay Area. The Lancers, of course, will represent the North in the championship match later on today. And for the Spartans, their run as all-California champions comes to an end after they defeated Torrey Pines 52-24 in last year's final. The Tritons are making their debut in the competition. They'll be playing in today's third-place match as a result of a 29-15 loss to Torrey Pines back on the 13th of February in SoCal Single School League play. And Rich, as we get ready for kickoff, talk a little bit about the emotions that these players, coaches, parents, and of course the fans are feeling as they get ready for kickoff.
Well, there's no doubt the players on these two teams coming up here, De La Salle and San Clemente, are fired up. They're heading into the locker rooms for their final preparation. And what most of the viewers are going to be seeing today in high school rugby is the first opportunity that many of these players have had to be introduced to the sport. There is youth rugby at the Pee Wee level in many areas of Southern and Northern California. But the true competitive maturity of the game begins here in high school. These players, obviously, the championship games here are going to be showing us the fitness level that's required in an 80-minute game, their ball handling skills, the passing and tackling and attacking and defending of angles. We'll be talking a little bit more about that as the games progress. But these players are really excited and fired up to get against each other today.
And perhaps, Rich, the slight advantage, perhaps, for the Spartans, having had the experience of playing on this stage before.
Yeah, De La Salle has got a great program in Northern California. They are defending champions. They've got a couple fellas I'm going to highlight here in the what's called the back row in flanker positions. Noah Ainsworth, Joey Manzoni, and Tommy Rainsford, all of whom are going respectively to Penn, St. Mary's College, and Cal next year. So these guys are great ball players, and they're going to be the center core of, I think, the attack and the defense for De La Salle.
Tommy Rainsford wearing the number 8 jersey. We are all set then. or about set for kickoff. Let's now send it down to the pitch, and we will welcome today's public address announcer, Emery Johnson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Saddleback College, here at the Saddleback College Stadium. Today marks the third annual state championship between the North and Southern California Youth Rugby High School Association. Last year's tournament took place at St. Mary's College with the championship game hosting Torrey Pines High School and De La Salle High School. De La Salle ended up winning that game to be crowned the 2022 champions. Fans, did you know that the Southern California Youth Rugby Association is the Southern California premier organization for rugby? U.S. Youth and High School State Youth Rugby Organization as well. California spanning 10 counties from San Luis Obispo to South San Diego and all areas east. Community spirit of rugby, safety, introduction, and development are all pillars for growing the game amongst thousands of SoCal youth rugby athletes, families, clubs, high schools. SoCal Youth Rugby is nature's hotbed for rugby. Starting with the girls' high school sevens. Back, Nila Loleso Pua from Long Beach Poly High School. Forward, Tabrina Hodson from Fallbrook High School. And coach, Isabella Devore from Rancho Bernardo High School. In the boys' sevens, back, Quinn Speaker from Francis Parker. Forward, Raymond Gomez from St. Anthony. And coach Bobby Ibsen from Laguna Beach. Boys multi-high school 15s. Back, Bryce Ost from Vista High School. Forward, Manoa Faupupusa from Los Alamitos High School. Coach Sam McMillan from San Juan Hills High School. And finally, boys single high school 15s. Back, Thomas Hartnoff from San Clemente High School. Forward, Jacob Jaffe from Torrey Pines. And Coach Jay Harris from Orange Lutheran High School. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we please ask if you guys could give them a round of applause for their achievements over the course of this season. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the third annual California High School Rugby Championships, hosted by SoCal Youth Rugby. Announcing lineups: number 2, SoCal, San Clemente High School Tritons, and the number 2 seed, NORCAL, De La Salle Spartans. With the starting lineups now for the Tritons. Number 1, Will Sanders. Number 2, Waylon Davis. Number 3, Braden Berry, captain. Number 4, Duffy Kessler. Number 5, Cameron Robb. Number 6, Mason Ord. Number 7, Nolan Reed. Number 8, Colin Brophy. Number 9, Benaiah Jones. Number 10, Blake Allen, captain. Number 11, Luke Smith. Number 12, Thomas Hartnov, captain. Number 13, Michael Madison. Number 14, Gus Jansen. And finally, number 15, Caden Hartley. On the bench for the Tritons, number 16, Antonio Ferguson. Number 17, Anderson Flandro. Number 18, Christian Gusicario. Number 20, Austin Diaz. Number 22, Caden Amy. Number 23, Siua Arthur Tuafau. And now, announcing the starting lineups for De La Salle. Number 1, Joey Deachman. Number 2, Owen McClinery. Number 3, Arthur Wilson. Number 4, Dennis White. Number 5, John Arkinkondo. Number 6, Noah Ainsworth. Number 7, Joey Manzone. Number 8, Tommy Rainsford. Number 9, Manfredo Giamoa. Number 10, Chance Frost. Number 11, Josh Novell. Number 12, Lucas Mernata. Number 13, Chris Biller. Number 14, Jack Cooper. Number 15, Parker Bilkey. In the reserves, number 16, Dominic Zapata. Number 17, Carter Hursting. Number 18, Kaylin Meyer. Number 19, Kaleo Augustin. Number 20, Will McNamara. Number 1, Drake Porter. Number 12, Nicholas Johns. Number 9, Colin Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to stand. Gentlemen, remove cover for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Saddleback College is the venue, and we are ready for the third place match between the De La Salle Spartans, the defending California champions, and the San Clemente Tritons. Stephen Davies and Rich Kelly, pleased to be with you. You saw some wonderful shots of the two teams standing for the national anthem. The two teams are ready, Rich. This should be a fascinating encounter between these two sides.
It's going to be a fantastic day of rugby. It looks to be gorgeous in Mission Viejo today. It's about 70 degrees, which is probably a nice send to the teams coming out of the winter. It's been pouring rain in Northern California. Southern
Indeed.
California's had its share of rain and snow. So playing on a beautiful spring day of 70 degrees here in Mission Viejo is going to be a fantastic day for rugby.
There's a look at our match referee, Frank Palumbo. He'll be assisted by Peter Burberry, Shay Zabin, and Sean O'Connell. Derek Holmberg, the coach for De La Salle. Stuart Proctor, the coach for San Clemente. San Clemente will kick off in the red jerseys. De La Salle in the green tops. And there's a look at Blake Allen, one of the three captains, one of the players certainly to keep an eye on alongside the tight head prop, number 3, Braden Barry, and number 12, also a captain, Thomas Hartonov, the 2023 high school all-team selection. We are all set on a beautiful, almost spring day here in Mission Viejo for the kickoff, and it will be Blake Allen to get us underway. And Allen gets us kicked off here. De La Salle will kick for touch, and we'll go out just shy of the halfway line. And you can see the touch official's flag there flapping in the breeze, Rich.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the wind is today. It looks a little breezy, and how the teams are going to be kicking for possession. Kicking can be an integral part of high school rugby, and it is part of the skill set they're learning, but the wind will be a factor today and how they play with it.
De La Salle, off the mistake from the line out there by San Clemente, have possession a few meters shy of the halfway line. So De La Salle here with the ball in the early exchanges. Scrum half today, number 9, Manfredo Giamona. And it might have had a turnover, and San Clemente have it back and coming in from the side.
Penalty off feet on San Clemente.
Yeah, for some of our viewers that are unfamiliar with rugby, when there is a tackle, the tackler has to roll away immediately. The ball carrier has to release the ball immediately. And any other players coming into that ruck situation have to stay on their feet. And if they fall to the ground or otherwise land on top of the tackled player, that's a penalty. And that's what occurred there.
So De La Salle kick for touch.
Good line out here.
De La Salle, number 45.
Here's Owen McInerney wearing the number 2 jersey for the Spartans with the line-out duties. As we are underway here in Mission Viejo, the Lancers in the championship match against the Torrey Pines Falcons at the conclusion of this match around 2:30 p.m. Pacific time this afternoon.
It's our first opportunity to see how the wind is going to be a factor today, because that line-out throw was not straight. It got blown in the wind. So we have a first scrum opportunity here for San Clemente.
Benaiah Jones wearing the number 9 jersey, the scrum half for the Tritons. And again, Frank Palumbo, our referee. Crowd filing in on a beautiful late winter afternoon here, but certainly the sunny skies were a welcome addition after what Rich has mentioned with some of the weather that we've been experiencing all around the Golden State this winter. So it is certainly nice to see a sunny day, although the high clouds will be rolling in as the afternoon progresses here in Mission Viejo. So referee Palumbo making sure the two teams are ready for the scrummage, and we'll come back to that next time, Rich, with the crouch, pause, and engage command from the referee.
Well, it looks like we've got some good defense here from De La Salle. The first opportunity here for ball movement, and see how they choose here. Again, kicking for position.
Allen sliced that off the outside of his boot, but it was a mistake by the fullback for De La Salle, Parker Bilkey, who was unable to make the clean catch.
Yeah, looking at the touch judge's flag there, the gentleman holding his arm up with the flag, it is a little bit breezy here, and the wind is taking its effect. I think the fullback had a rough time watching that ball come into his arms.
From the lineout, it's claimed by De La Salle. That pass looked a little forward, but play continues, and it's a breakthrough across the halfway line. De La Salle are in business here. Great run, and the offload skips through the hands of a De La Salle player, and finally claimed by San Clemente, but our first real explosive action in the game, and a pass, Rich, that looked to be a hint forward to me.
Just slightly. And what we're going to be seeing here in these high school games is the very beginnings and workings through the principles of play, which they are all learning. And the first principle is possession. So we'll see which teams get the possession of the ball. And the next thing is going forward. You want to run forward as opposed to sideways with continuity and support. And the ball handling support with that passing was excellent by De La Salle. Good shot of the scrum here.
Indeed. And go ahead, Rich, with the command that would be offered by the referee.
Well, the referee now, before the engagement, we'll attack that the next time as we see the deep kick into the fullback.
So Parker Bilkey gets a right foot on that one, and this one will stay in play. It's fielded on a bounce by his opposite number, Caden Hartley, and he wastes no time kicking it back down the field. Now De La Salle on the run. This is Lucas Miranda. He had the nice run just a couple of moments ago.
It looks like that last pass went backwards and then off his hands just a bit to give a scrum to San Clemente. And as I was going to mention before, the referee will call three things here for these 8 players coming together: a crouch, a bind, and a set. And then the scrum half placing in the ball here by Jones.
It's the third scrum of the afternoon so far for San Clemente, and they've got some width to work with here. This is Thomas Hardenoff, the captain, as he lowers his shoulder, and he is going to drive forward and tries the acrobatic offload there as Luke Smith was in support.
High tackle for De La Salle.
I think we may be seeing a penalty here. I'm not sure with the number 11 there, the wing, Ganavel, coming up a little high around the neck on that tackle.
So they kick for touch.
Stephen, I was going to say, in my high school days in coaching, I taught the kids navel to knees. And if you can target the defender between navel and knees to bring them down, that's the target area. Anything higher, referee's going to be looking at it to a potential dangerous play.
The line out has been a 50-50 competition so far, and it goes in the way of San Clemente, although perhaps not quite in the fashion that they would have expected. And this is coming back for a penalty here and knocked on.
Yeah, the wind is definitely a factor today.
So San Clemente with the scrum. You're in the 8th minute from Saddleback College.
Referee going to give this another shot for the players. Looks like there was a collapse in the front row.
Let's talk quickly about the front row for these two teams. Will Sanders, Waylon Davis, and Braden Barry in the front row for San Clemente. Joey Deachman, Owen McInerney, and Arthur Wilson wearing the 1, 2, and 3 jerseys respectively. From the scrum here, it's taken by Jones. Passes to Allen, now to the outside for Hartley. Hartley drives, lowers the shoulder, is tackled by a De La Salle player. Ball recycled quickly here by San Clemente, who have numbers out to the left side.
Oh, excellent ball retention here by San Clemente.
They've had the lion's share of the possession here in the opening minutes.
Oh, the De La Salle player just coming in from the side a little bit to pick up that ball, calling a penalty.
Quickly taken by San Clemente. Hartenoff steps one way and then another, shrugs off a tackler. And San Clemente now asking the questions of the De La Salle defense. Davis to the outside. Waylon Davis touching the ball for the first time for San Clemente in the match. Jones works it back the other way. They kick the grubber through. They chase after it. And De La Salle are able to close that one down. Nice recovery there by Jack Kuiper. Here is Kuiper as he continues his run. And he gets upended by Caden Hartley. Quick ball from De La Salle. This one is... We'll take a look at the replay here. This is the tackle by Hartley on Kuiper. And you see Hartley there, navel to knees, as you said, Rich. Good form on that tackle. Meanwhile, back to action on the run. Mazing through traffic is Luke Smith.
Got good ball retention, good support and continuity by the Tritons here.
So Jones waits patiently for the ball. And they'll drive it forward another meter or two. Now, Jones. The give to Hartenoff. Hartenoff with an offload there with one hand. Back the other way come the Tritons now to the near sideline. A sustained period of attacking pressure here from the Tritons as they kick this towards the back of the try-zone. And
yeah, that was a bit of frustration level. Yeah, a little bit of frustration level there by the Titans. They weren't busting through the defense of De La Salle, and the forward kick there, trying to get it through, just gave away possession. Unless the referee's calling something back here.
They're back to about the 22.
May have been a handling error we missed on the San Clemente possession. Good shot of the scrum here. Oh, a nice drive. But they're going to be penalized for that front row collapsing as they drove forward.
Have you seen any, in your mind, Rich, so far, a particular side that has superiority in the scrum at the moment?
No, not necessarily. I think both teams at this juncture have had even possession. San Clemente with a little bit more possession on the De La Salle side of the field, but both teams look very evenly matched.
There was a handling error there by San Clemente, and in the skirmish to recover the ball was knocked on. This is De La Salle's best field position of the match thus far, as we're into the 12th minute here of this third place championship match between the Spartans and the Tritons. Tritons in red, Spartans in the green. No score. De La Salle no strangers to this championship event.
Yeah, referee Palumbo is going to be talking to the two front rows here. The pushing by the two scrum sides cannot occur until the ball comes in. And looks like there was a little bit of too much pushing going on before the ball came in. And so referee Palumbo talking to those two front rows made up of a loose head prop on the left, the hooker in the middle, and a tight head prop on the right.
De La Salle with third place in the inaugural tournament back in 2019 at UCLA. They were champs, of course, last year defeating Torrey Pines. A handling error, but can De La Salle capitalize? They certainly can down here on the near side. This is Josh Ganovel. And
that slight tap is going to be called a forward pass or forward knock-on. The De La Salle showing a little bit of effort here to get back into the San Clemente side of the field, but the handling error is going to give the ball right back to the Tritons.
So a scrum to San Clemente, and Jones with the put-in.
Now, having been warned by the referee on the prior scrum about pushing before the ball comes in, we're getting penalized there by De La Salle for driving forward before that ball came into the scrum.
So the captain, Blake Allen, kicks for touch. Three captains then on this Triton side. We've got Braden Barry wearing the number 3 jersey, Blake Allen wearing number 10, and of course Hartonov wearing the 12 jersey as we get a look at the touch official there. And you can see the flag in his hand whipping around in the breeze, Rich.
Yeah, that's going to be a big factor if there is a score tried on the point after. And if any penalty goal attempts are made on a penalty, kicking for goal may be difficult in this wind.
And you can see there from the way the ball moved on the line out, it's taken by De La Salle.
Looked like a curveball.
That's been the case in every line out we've had today.
Oh, nice strong run here.
Rainsford with the offload. De La Salle marching towards the 22. And that was a high tackle there, I think, Rich.
Yes.
De La Salle will drive and in for the try. De La Salle on the board first.
May have been Rainsford with the ball. I couldn't say who scored.
It was indeed. Tommy Rainsford across for his first try of the day.
Yeah, he's a big runner, and he's headed to Cal next year to play for the Cal Bears.
And he just brushed Michael Madison aside in the tackle and then says, from close range, I'll just split defenders and plop it down. So De La Salle, against the run of play, have taken the lead, and now the opportunity for Parker Bilkey here to add the extras. And he'll be kicking into the wind. And that's a great shot here of Bilkey kicking off the tee. Rainsford's try has given De La Salle the lead, and the conversion
the post
from Bilkey is good. So, De La Salle here, 16 minutes gone in the first half of play, have taken the early lead over San Clemente 7-0, thanks to the try by Tommy Rainsford.
That was a good response by De La Salle, because for the first 10 so minutes here, the Tritons were pounding. Nice response by the Spartans to come back and punch in a try.
They had that one flash of their potential with the ball in hand that we saw, but you have to give full credit to the Spartans taking their opportunities where they come. And they have the early lead here in Mission Viejo. Lances
waiting
and
for
Falcons.
The ball to come back, it looks like.
I didn't think it went that far through the post.
Yeah, it looks like they gave it up to Blake Allen to go chase down the ball, and here he is to kick it off.
So Allen gets us back underway, and this one fielded on a bounce by the Spartans. And this one is sliced off the outside of the right foot and into touch.
Yeah, that kick did not go as probably originally intended. He wanted to get it a little further down the field. But the wind, I think, again, is a factor, giving the Tritons good possession here right outside the 22.
So here's a look at Waylon Davis wearing the number 2 jersey for San Clemente. As Rich and I have alluded to, the lineout has been a little bit of a struggle today. This one through the hands, and again, fielded by De La Salle. The Spartans approaching the halfway line. Here's the scrum half, Giamona. And this one's going to come back as well.
Well, looks like
a run there by Noah Ainsworth.
Yeah, it looks like Noah was going to take off there, but didn't know if the referee was playing some type of advantage because they're coming back to give a scrum for that not straight line out. And this is not easy stuff for these high school boys to continue to scrum and scrum and scrum on a day like this. It's warmer than it has been.
So a scrum to De La Salle, Giamona, and now here's Chance Frost wearing the number 10 jersey for De La Salle. Giamona, oh, good pass on the outside. First to Pocket Bilkey. He finds the man outside of him. De La Salle continue to keep the play alive. It's Pocket Bilkey in possession. Not rolling away is the oh, and then we saw on the game cam there, that was well, that was right inside of the referee. That was Noah Ainsworth there in the number 6 jersey as he pulls down Caden Hartley. And we may get a look at it here as this play ends. Well.
Yeah, a little extracurricular activity that was unnecessary. I think they both get a good stern warning and talking to not to do that anymore. In rugby,
not a yellow card, Rich.
No, I think at a level like this, he's going to give him a nice warning. A yellow card in rugby is the equivalent to almost hockey, but we call it a sin bin. And the referee, I think, choosing to keep all 15 players on the pitch at this time with a warning.
And a stern warning, as Rich mentioned, but De La Salle will kick for touch, and there's a fan that's obviously seeing what the protocol is. If the ball goes into touch, someone needs to go get it. So thanks to that fan. Let's look at McInerney here as we're ready for the line out. That's
nice line
by
out.
De La Salle. Excellent line out for the Spartans. Now they've got numbers as they cross the halfway line. Quickly recycled here by De La Salle. And they're on the move now. This is a great run through defenders. That was number 10, Chance Frost with the carry. Here's Giamona now. As he finds his number 8, Rainsford. Rainsford with the try for De La Salle.
Good set of phase play here.
Yep. Strong, purposeful carry by De La Salle. Spartans now at the San Clemente 22. And a handling error there, and it bounces around, but falls into the path of a De La Salle player, whips it to the outside, and now they've got an opportunity here. This is Josh Ganovel, wearing number 11 for De La Salle. Keeping this attacking threat alive for the Spartans. Giamona again to Frost.
De La Salle working here on their probably
White.
Their 10th, about 10th type of the phase here. They're keeping good possession of the ball. Good defense, pushing him back.
Chance Frost there caught in 2 minds, gets tackled by a San Clemente player. De La Salle with possession still. And this is their longest sustained possession of the match thus far. Now it's the turn of Rainsford again. De La Salle try the dummy. That was Miranda there. He's got Ganovel to the outside. But they go to the wide side of the field. Right now, San Clemente holding up this De La Salle attack. Good play there by Bilkey. Finds Chris Biller. First time we've called his name today, wearing the 13 jersey for De La Salle. Now it's Giamona sensing an opportunity.
Yeah, we may have numbers out to the left. Depends.
Go to the blind side, working against that far touch line.
The Tritons perhaps playing on the ground there with the ball on that tackle, being penalized for having their knees on the ground. Got to remain on your feet when you're playing to pick up that ball.
So De La Salle will kick for touch. And
one of the things that high school players... Oh, pardon me, Steve.
No, go ahead, Rich.
I was going to say, one of the things that we may see here that we don't see often in high school rugby, because it is difficult to do, is what's called a maul. And that's the line out and standing on their feet and driving forward without going to ground. And they're very close to the try zone here, so we'll see if we see a maul. Nice throw in. And we're seeing a maul. And this has to move forward.
Giamona offloads to Chris Biller. Biller 5 meters away from the line now. De La Salle come once again. Great pass to Ganovel, and he touches it down for the try.
Great ball movement off the maul.
With the second try of the day for De La Salle.
That was great ball movement off the ball. Ganovel was just waiting out on the wing. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Great score.
Michael Madison comes, indeed. Madison comes across but can't make the try-saving tackle, and Josh Ganovel puts his name on the scorer sheet, and Parker Bilkey will attempt to be 2 for 2, this time kicking from the other side of the pitch.
Conversion try. Number 15, Parker Bilkey from the corner.
So Bilkey is already, will be about to kick from both touchlines in the match, Rich.
Yeah, we're going to see how he plays with the wind on this side. He's got an excellent foot. As Coach Holmberg had referenced, he's probably one of the better kickers they've had in the program in a number of years. Which often happens if such players come from soccer. Oh, nice strike.
And Bilkey hooks this one just wide, but you could see the wind catching the ball as it tailed away from that far post, just there as it starts to push it away from the post. So Bilkey misses his second conversion of the day, but so far, after a little bit of a difficult start for the Spartans, they are in command in this match, leading 12-0.
Yeah, the Spartans have done a good job coming back. The first few minutes of the game, San Clemente was really pressuring De La Salle, but De La Salle in the last few minutes has really powered forward with their forwards because they've got a good, strong 6, 7, 8 in Ainsworth, Manzoni, and Rainsford that they're relying on.
So from the restart, De La Salle will boot this high and far in the other direction. Now to play
a nice long kick.
Somewhere.
Placing.
Yeah, somewhere around the San Clemente 22.
Yeah, placing San Clemente on their heels here a little bit. Opportunity that De La Salle's trying to create here is, even though they're giving the Titans back the ball, they're hoping to retain a takeaway, try to score again. See how the Titans respond.
You saw Davis and Braden Barry exchange the word here before the lineout. Davis goes short with it this time, and it's quickly taken by Barry, and that's what they were discussing there as they got ready for the lineout.
Well, the ball in the lineout's got to go at least 5 meters.
It didn't look like it went 5 meters from here, Rich, but they have a better sight of it down on the field.
Yep.
Either way, San Clemente retain possession, and that's important for them right now to see if they can begin a sustained period of possession here. They send this one long, well taken in the air by Bilkey. Now De La Salle starting to find their legs in this match. Again, the back's more involved. Giamona.
They're just recycling with continuity and support. Yep.
It's Arthur Wilson on the previous carry. Great offload by Bill.
2-on-1.
Once again, down the touchline. Chance for De La Salle. And they're in for their third try of the day. And it's a try for
it was
Jack
a beautiful,
Kuiper.
beautiful 2-on-1 opportunity to get the ball to Kuiper against the one remaining fullback. May have been Hartley back there standing to take on the two players. Draw the defender, give the ball, an easy walk-in try.
It's that power. What a pass from absolutely superb offload. And then it's an equally good pass there from Joey Manzoni.
Right.
To find Jack Kuiper. And Kuiper with the finish for the try. And this one should be a little simpler here for Parker Bilkey, I would have thought, Rich.
Yes, and as the viewers saw, when the wing came around to touch the ball down, he ran towards the center of the end zone, towards the goalposts. And what that does is provides an easier kicking opportunity. The kicker in rugby for the point after kicks directly out from where the ball is placed down in the try zone. Now this is going to give a much easier opportunity right in front of the posts.
And Bilkey strokes that one through. He's 2 of 3 on conversions today, and it's all De La Salle here. With just 6 minutes to go here in the first half of play, they lead 19-0.
I think one of the tough things the Tritons have got to do here to come back, Stephen, get something on the board before the end of the half, is to turn around the defensive play. Playing defense is very difficult. They got to get a downhill going for themselves to get some points on the board.
I think back to the comment you made earlier on in the half, that very physical opening 15 minutes or so that we had. And do you think that's something perhaps that San Clemente is feeling a little bit at the moment as this one's kicked into touch?
It's tough to say. These players are really fired up when they come out for the first 5, 10, 15 minutes. And that adrenaline can either keep going or it poops out. And when it stops and the other team keeps pounding, you get on your back foot. And it's tough to turn it around. And De La Salle certainly got downhill working for him.
This one is claimed with one hand, and the handling error there as the ball came loose and it bounces around and is finally claimed by Giamona. And now the Spartans again have numbers and an opportunity to push forward. For almost the second opportunity in a row there, San Clemente would have fielded a clean lineup, but it slipped through the hands of a Tritons player. And the Spartans capitalize, and they're on the move now across the halfway line and asking the questions of the Tritons once again. This one is chipped through. Chasing after it is Hartley and puts his body on the line to get out in front there of the try scorer, Kuiper.
Yeah, Kuiper just kicked it off his foot to try to dribble it past him and got it out of bounds to pin the Tritons back, almost at the 5-meter line.
San Clemente line out at the 10-yard line.
Hartley there playing out in front of Kuiper.
And Kuiper was just kind of not exacerbated, but he wanted to kick that right into the try zone and jump on it. That went off the side of his foot out of bounds. Good shot of the line out here.
Keep an eye on Barry. They're lifting the player in the front of the row for San Clemente. It's played well by the Tritons, and here's Hartonov now.
Great
what
space.
A tremendous run from Hartonov, and here he goes. One man to beat. What a superb pass in stride to Nolan Reed.
Foot race.
The Jets. Can he stay on his feet? Yes, he can. What a try for San Clemente.
They go the length of the field on a lineout that was spectacular. Very rarely do you see a team come out of the try zone from the lineout, but he gets an excellent step through the defense and off to the races he goes.
Look at that. How about that run?
Hartonov. Oh, Hartnov with the wheels and the support.
Well, he's
Nolan
a high
Reed
school
following
team
up.
player for. Well, Hartnov showing why he's an all high school team selection. And a finish from Nolan Reed, as good as any that you'll see today. What a try for San Clemente, and what a way, as Rich said, for them to come back and importantly put points on the board as they go to the halftime break. So kicking will be Blake Allen, and he'll have the wind at his back here. So this should be a relatively simple conversion here for the captain. Great shot there of Allen as he gets set to send us through with the right foot to trim the De La Salle lead to 12. And he sends it through the uprights.
Great response by the Tritons. That was good to see.
And it all starts with Thomas Hartnov right there. What a tremendous move. Look at that. Just steps right past 3 players. And more importantly, Rich does it at speed.
Yeah, and then the Nolan Reed and the support was a great position to get the ball and finish it off.
Slides in, and that is a tremendous team try for San Clemente. And it certainly, with Coach Stuart Proctor, has given the Spartans something to think about here in the waning minutes of this first half. What a first half we've had with 4 tries so far. Some really exciting open field play thus far. It's Waylon Davis with a short carry here for San Clemente, who suddenly seemed to have a new lease of life as Allen sends that one high in the air. Good claim, though, by De La Salle on the move. And here come the Spartans. That was Lucas Miranda reaching up and claiming that one out of the air.
It would have been nice to have the Tritons
retain
possession.
De La Salle might not be done here before the end of the half. Giamona. Owen McInerney drives with the shoulder. Giamona again. Gets it into the hands of Rainsford. Has already got a try on the day. He offloads. They're just a couple meters shy now at De La Salle.
Oh, and it went in.
Doorstep
there it is.
Here. That is really close. And has the try being given?
Rainsford scored. I believe he scored the try.
It's Rainsford in for his second try, and let's take a look at it here on the replay. Rainsford is just a load to stop as you see him just reach. Tremendous shot there of Rainsford reaching with the left hand and scoring his second try of the day. And De La Salle fire right back. And
they do fire right back, Stephen. And I think that all stems from the Tritons kicking the ball away, thinking they're clearing it out with a minute to go. And little do they know they're just giving it right back to De La Salle, who was just rip roaring ready to go and try a score again.
Zabilki's 2 of 3 and sends this one up. And this one is wide again. So he's had issues kicking from that side of the pitch, but he won't have to worry about it anymore as the clock now has reached the 35-minute mark and time being kept on the field by referee Palumbo. But De La Salle, with the 2 missed conversions, have a 24-7 lead here as we get ready for halftime. The 2019 third-place team and, of course, the 2022 champions, De La Salle, have been here before and know what it takes. And they have a 17-point lead here with just seconds to play before the halftime break.
Yep,
and this will do it. So, whistle blows, Rich, and your thoughts on the first half?
Oh, really, really well played by De La Salle, who looked to be under pressure by the Titans in the first 5 to 10 minutes and came marching back. Good response by the Titans, but De La Salle may be in control of this one. But second halves are what second halves are for, and we'll see if the Titans can come back and get some more points on the board.
De La Salle with 2 tries, courtesy of Tommy Rainsford, 1 apiece for Josh Ganovel and Jack Kuiper. and a couple of conversions from Parker Bilkey have a 24-7 lead. San Clemente with the try courtesy of Nolan Reed after that brilliant build-up play from Thomas Hodnoff. We will go to halftime here from Saddleback College in Mission Viejo. De La Salle in command of this third-place championship match. They lead San Clemente 24-7. Back with more on SoCal College Sports right after this. Welcome back to Saddleback College in Mission Viejo, the California High School State Championship third place game between the De La Salle Spartans of Concord and the San Clemente Tritons. And De La Salle, after a little bit of a shaky start, came roaring back in that late on in that first half to take a 24-7 lead here at halftime. Stephen Davies and Rich Kelly. And Rich, your thoughts on what we saw in the first half so far?
Well, for high school rugby championship play, I think De La Salle did what they were supposed to do, and that's follow the possession, the go forward with support and continuity for the ability to score. Those are the principles of play, and they did that very, very well. The Tritons for the second half, on the other hand, they really need to focus on that and perhaps reduce the kicking and giving possession over to De La Salle. That's what we need for the second half for the Tritons to get some more points on the board and see how this unfolds.
And to go back to your point that you made before the end of the first half, that San Clemente kicking away to De La Salle with just about a minute to go in that first half, and De La Salle capitalized. We certainly know they've got the players and the attacking flair to do so, but now can San Clemente eat into the 17-point advantage? De La Salle with 4 tries already on the board and the 2 conversions. De La Salle have possession here as we're underway in the second half of play. Spartans in
Referee
command.
playing advantage here.
Before, of course.
They're playing advantage on a knock-on by the Tritons.
So Dennis White with the carry for De La Salle, looking to pick up where they left off at the end of the first half, and now this is coming back for the knock-on.
Yeah, it's going to come back to the original knock-on that De La Salle was able to get possession from, but they're having knocked the ball on themselves. Referee's going to come back and give De La Salle the ball in excellent field position right inside the 22.
I don't see any changes, at least for the Spartans so far, so we'll do our best to let you know about any substitutions over the course of the next 35 minutes. So De La Salle with the scrum and in command of this match, leading by 17. And it's put in by the scrum half, Manfredo Giamona. De La Salle, here's the try scorer. Ganovel breaks the tackle, and Josh Ganovel is in for the second time today. And De La Salle wastes no time.
Beautiful weak side. It's called weak side play, going to the narrower side of the pitch. Ganovel just waiting right there, take a step inside, and off he goes.
Leaves a Tritons player in his wake as he's in for his second try of the day. But hold on just a second here.
Oh, a forward pass. Referee Palumbo thought it was a forward pass.
So that's a big let off here for San Clemente, because they could have been in real trouble getting the second half underway. But they're well in their own half of the field now. And let's see if Hardenov and the rest of the Tritons can make something happen here. And here they come towards the halfway line.
That looked to be Antonio Ferguson, who may have been a substitute at the halftime.
I do see a couple of changes in there. Well spotted, Rich. We'll get back to that here in just a second. But De La Salle have taken back possession. And now here is Rainsford. He steps past one defender and gets wrestled down to the ground by another. But it's a knock-on here.
Knock-on San Clemente, De La Salle scrum.
I do think we have some player changes. I thought I saw 16 and 17 and 18 for the Tritons, but we'll work to confirm that.
I could definitely tell you number 17 for San Clemente is on as Anderson Flandro. And you can see him right to the right of the scrum there on the left side of the San Clemente scrum. Put in the meantime to De La Salle with Giamona to do the honors. So Giamona, his pass now to Frost. Now Chris Billett keeps the legs churning here. Giamona once again to the outside. Breaking tackles there as Lucas Miranda Miranda's a difficult body to bring down. The Spartans once again are on the move. Here's Biller. Drives forward, lowers the shoulder. And a turnover in possession, and coming up with it there was Flandro for San Clemente. Now it's the turn of Colin Brophy. He's wearing the number 8 jersey for San Clemente.
Let's see if the Tritons can make something out of this opportunity on the fumbled ball by De La Salle.
Allen boots it deep. Stayed up in the air a long time. Was handled relatively easily there by Parker Bilkey. Now De La Salle will have the wind at their back, kicking for the second half. Here's Joey Deachman wearing the number 1 jersey for the Spartans. He gets a short carry. Now getting stood up in the tackle there is Biller.
The Spartans have done a fantastic job starting the second half with retaining possession, keeping the continuity and support, and going forward.
The passing is especially crisp there as Dennis White brings it forward. Giamona now to Noah Ainsworth. Ainsworth, oh, with a stiff arm. And that is a tremendous tackle there. And what a recovery by Michael Madison to bring him to the ground.
That was a beautiful navel to knees form in the tackle to drive that big guy backwards. Right at his hips.
Right
He's
there.
Just driving the ball carrier back. Beautiful defense.
Giamona tries to grub it, but it's snuffed out there by San Clemente. Picked up by Miranda and knocked on.
Knock on De La Salle. San Clemente scrum.
So 6 minutes gone here in the second half. De La Salle with the 17-point lead. 2 tries for Tommy Rainsford, 1 apiece for Josh Ganovel and for Jack Kuiper. And it looked for a second there to begin the second half that Ganovel would have added his second. Forward pass nullified the try.
Looks like we may have an injury substitution or someone getting addressed.
Yeah, I see also a Spartans player ready to come in as well over there on the touchline. I see the player off on the side there.
Oh, it looks to be Tommy Rainsford may have got an injury.
That would be a huge loss. We'll confirm the injury here in just a second. I did see the player going off to the bench to receive further treatment, so we'll see if we can get a confirmation on the injured spot. And it was indeed Tommy Rainsford, so that is indeed a big potential loss here, Rich, for the Spartans going forward in this match.
Yeah, Rainsford's been a beast this first half, and it's unfortunate that he's done something in the beginning of the second half here, and he's okay.
So Rainsford with 2 tries out of the match for now. And San Clemente, can they capitalize now with this possession? Here is Michael Madison. He offloads to number 18, Christian Guraccio. Allen finds a runner inside.
And this is what the Titans just need to do. Retain possession and go forward. Oh, they lost it over.
And just as you said it, the ball was ripped clear by De La Salle. And now it's the turn of Chris Biller. Playing scrum half there was the number 6, Noah Ainsworth. We'll see who was on in the place of Rainsford here in just a second.
It was excellent defense there. The player for the Titans stayed on his feet, picked the ball, and got possession back. Excellent.
And there's a broken tackle, and now San Clemente with a chance to make something happen as they cross the halfway line. Caden Hartley with the recycles it for San Clemente. Here they come down the touchline, and they're in for the try.
Mason Ord, beautiful run on the edge.
Ord. Let's have a look at this pass. Great run there by Jones inside of the 22. Cleared out well, and then just too quick.
He just saw a gap. Yes. Mason Ord saw a gap and took advantage of it right through the defense.
And he was not to be denied. So Mason Ord joins Nolan Reed on the try scorers list for San Clemente. They've halved the De La Salle advantage, and they could cut the lead to 10 here with a conversion by Caden Hartley.
They certainly can, and this is going to be an interesting kick because Hartley's got a little bit of wind, and he's in the corner.
Blake Allen, excuse me.
Blake Allen, excuse me. So he's got a corner shot from where the ball was placed down to get it through those posts to bring him in within 10. It's a good shot of our referee today, Palumbo.
Indeed, I'm looking at the upright set, and those flags are whipping around in all directions. So Blake Allen here, ready to kick.
Oh, looks like he struck it well. Ooh,
and just to the right of the target. So the distance has not been an issue today. The accuracy has been a little bit lacking at times. And you could see there as Allen hit it, just kind of got underneath the ball a little bit there, Rich.
Yeah, he didn't know if he had to kick it toward into the wind that would push it back towards the posts, which it looks like he may have done, but the wind didn't do anything with the ball, and it stayed wide.
So our third missed conversion of the day between the two teams, and the first of the afternoon for Blake Allen. But they have the De La Salle advantage. It's 24-12 here with under 25 minutes to go in the match. There's still plenty of time here for San Clemente. And how much will this match change now that Rainsford is out of the game?
Well, I think if the Tritons can keep possession and the continuity and the support going forward, they're going to get more opportunities to score.
And when you've got someone like Thomas Hardenov pulling the strings, the inside center wearing the number 12 jersey here for San Clemente today, anything is possible over the course of the next 25 minutes. It's a scrum to the Tritons. And just like in the first half here,
so we had a good shot there of the back row for De La Salle. Scrum made up of the front row, 2 locks, 2 flankers on each side, and an 8-man in the back. Referee Palumbo giving the front row a little conversation about squaring their shoulders and coming in together.
San Clemente scrum. Can they capitalize on the try score by Mason Ord? And they're back to action here, breaking through. It's another purposeful run here by number 9. That's Benaiah Jones. The scrum half has really taken the team and put them on his back here in the second half. San Clemente here sensing an opportunity to get right back in this match. And it's knocked on by San Clemente.
I think when the tackler went to the ground, we'll see at the end here, in picking up the ball, the San Clemente player just knocked it forward, but a great run here.
Yeah, that is a tremendous run by.
Yeah.
And you see that kind of threat that Hartenov can be in the open field. And he is a very difficult player to bring down and to tackle in the open field.
This is classic front row here. We're seeing the two props pointing at each other. It's not me, it's him. No, it's not me, it's him. Referee doesn't care who it is. Just get your shoulders square, get ready to bind, and then set.
De La Salle with the put-in, Giamona. He's had a great game at scrum half today for the Spartans. Kicking it there deep is Bilkey. Chasing after it is Hartley. And this one will just keep on rolling out of play.
And the unfortunate thing here for De La Salle is that was, although a very beautiful and long kick, because it ran straight through the opponent's back of the try zone, Titans are going to get the ball. They're going to get a scrum from the point of where the ball was kicked.
Well, you'll see in a second the position on the field, how much territory the Spartans just lost. But these are the kind of situations now for San Clemente that they really have to cash in. Here's Jones. Gives to Colin Brophy. Brophy brings it forward a couple meters. Now they hand it off inside to Waylon Davis. And Davis with some useful meters here for the Tritons.
Excellent go forward. This is what they have to maintain.
Will Sanders couldn't quite hold on to that, and in fact turns it over. De La Salle recover. I believe that might have been Ganovel that came up with it. But De La Salle's defense holds firm. They have the ball back. Giamona now. Miranda kicks it forward, and it's fielded on a bounce here by Caden Hartley. Hartley's kick goes high in the air, and it's fielded on a bounce by De La Salle.
We may have a penalty here if that was a lifting in the tackle. A little communication here, but as Six is tackled, he's lifted up into the air. That may be a yellow card. See what the referee addresses here.
That would be going to Waylon Davis if it is indeed a yellow card. And this would be at the most
definitely a penalty
time here for San Clemente. So no card was issued.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you cannot lift the player up off the ground, which occurred there, and that's why De La Salle has got the ball back.
They have a line out inside the San Clemente half of the pitch. It's a good shot there as we see the back of Chance Frost as he gives direction to his fellow backs. It's a line out to De La Salle and McInerney to send it into the air. Well claimed by John Archidiacono. Oh, great pass! Here come the Spartans once again. It's Bilkey with one man to beat. He reaches for the line and he's in for the try.
Beautiful 2-on-3 coming off that line out. Clean line out.
Look at this shot here.
Taken cleanly. Good ball movement. Miss pass. 2-on-3. A little hop step.
And Caden Hartley.
And Bilkey. Yep, Bilkey reaches in. Great.
Hartley was right there, but just could not bring down Parker Bilkey. So a try for Bilkey, the 5th of the day for De La Salle. And this would be his 3rd conversion. Should he split the uprights? Which he doesn't. He hooks it to the left. And so Bilkey just 2 for 5 on conversions, but his try gives the Spartans some breathing room here as we approach the final quarter of this match. It's De La Salle 29, San Clemente 12.
Yeah, another good look here at this perfect line out. Nice ball movement through the hands. We have a miss in the center. Draw the defender. Got him leaning one way, took him to the inside, or pardon me, to the outside. Over to the try.
So De La Salle with the 3rd place already in the 2019 tournament, and a victory, of course, over Torrey Pines last year. They lead by 17. With the clock now becoming a factor as we're into the final quarter of this match.
Restart being a drop kick. It's got to go at least 10. taken deep.
So it's fielded by Bilkey. This one skips past Hartley. Some 10, 15 yards behind him now. Back the other way, stays in play.
A little kicking back and forth going on here to try to get better possession for the respective team.
Hartley decides against kicking this time, and he'll bring it forward as he goes one way and then the other.
Well, I missed the knock on there, but the referee giving possession
I
over
did
the
too.
Tritons. So the Tritons need to stay with the game plan of keeping possession. They keep possession, they can keep the go forward. They're going to score again.
So it's a scrum to San Clemente, trailing by 17, and it closed the gap to within 12 before that Parker Bilkey try. And again, the front row pointing at the colleagues on the other side.
And that's what happens when you get into the 60th minute of a game and opposing players are a little tired. You can always point at your opponent that it's their issue, not yours.
Can San Clemente maintain possession now? That's the key the rest of the way. This is a good start to this phase of play here for San Clemente, but just like that, they turn it over. It's a chance for De La Salle to capitalize. Arthur Wilson sends it to the outside, and De La Salle are inside of the 22 as the substitutes brought down just a couple of meters from the line. They pass it, and De La Salle are close to another try if they haven't already done so. And the Spartans now are blowing this one open. So there's the substitute number 20, that's Kalen Meyer.
Great tackle by Flandreau, but not quite enough.
See if we get another look at the try score here in just a second, but De La Salle now with those two tries in quick succession in the course of about 3 minutes or so. As Bilkey attempts the extras and sends this one wide as well. And you see his frustration there as he snatches at the tee. But here's a look at the try once again. There's
beautiful
Kalen Meyer.
Great tackle here on the defense, the number 17. Flandreau coming in to bring down the ball carrier, but the support is right there. And that's been the story of the game, Stephen, is the ball handling security for the Tritons.
So 6 tries on the day. I was looking, I've seen it twice now and couldn't quite tell the player that touched it down for De La Salle. But either way, it's back to a 22-point lead. San Clemente had almost trimmed the gap to 10 at one point. But an admirable response from De La Salle now. And they're very much in command here with just over 12 minutes to go in the match.
Yeah, from these remaining 12 minutes, we're going to see a lot of close running, keeping the ball and possession in their hands.
Not rolling away on San Clemente. De La Salle will have the penalty.
So San Clemente called for not rolling away. That's one of the easier referee signals to note, especially if you're a new viewer to the sport of rugby. That's a command where you take your finger and just make a circular motion.
Yeah, the tackling player on defense has to make a concerted effort to roll away from the tackled player, just at the same time as the tackled player is releasing the ball so that the supporting players can come in and try to seek possession.
Let's look at another De La Salle substitute. That's Carter Herstein. He's wearing 17. And Herstein with the line out. They go short. It's claimed by Dennis White for the Spartans. And their passing in the open field has just been so crisp today. No drop-off in quality at all from the Spartans thus far. Lucas Miranda now to the 22. De La Salle again in business. Giamona's gone with the cap, I've noticed, in the interim now. Chip through, and Hartley's on the other end there for San Clemente.
Oh, nice clear out. Beautiful clear out in defense.
We're in the back deep for De La Salle. Bilkey brings it forward, chips this one in over the top. Bilkey chases after it. And it's closed down and claimed by Blake Allen. Back the other way comes Allen now.
The ball went into touch, but I couldn't tell if it went on a full or if it bounced out first. Oh, it may have gone out of the full.
Line out De La Salle at the 10-meter line.
So just over 10 minutes remaining in the match. A reminder here on SoCal College Sports, following the conclusion of this match, the state championship, St. Francis of Mountain View, Torrey Pines of San Diego. What a game it's going to be. If it's anything like this one, there will be plenty of scoring opportunities in the match. No fewer than 8 tries scored so far today.
Oh, nice take.
On the line out. John Archie Diacono there with the impressive left hand or one-handed claim.
And then once he took the ball down, you'll see here, I think maybe perhaps on the replay, the defender has got his arm up around his shoulder and neck. And that is a penalty. Great grab.
Yeah, really, really well taken there. And
there's the neck.
The infraction.
Yeah. Yep.
That's Austin Diaz there wearing number 20, one of the San Clemente substitutes called for the infraction.
Yeah, all the tackling in rugby for a dangerous play has to be well below the pectoral mid section of your body. It can't be up near the shoulders and neck and head. Safety a priority in both high school, collegiate, and professional rugby.
Worth talking about that while we're on the subject, Rich, about tackling protocol. I know you've alluded to it a little bit so far in the match, but perhaps for someone that's tuning in for the first time, could you give a little bit more of a clarification about the tackling form?
Well, the tackling in rugby is substantially similar to football, yet also different. Football is a game of inches. Rugby is a game of possession, not inches. And so the tackling, you really want to stop the player from moving. And that's why the focus when I coach and teach is to navel to knees to really bring the runner down from stopping his or her movement going forward. And
De La Salle might not. Just going to say De La Salle might not be done yet, and they have a try, and it's Dennis White taking it across, and he adds his name to the scorer's sheet as De La Salle now are just 7 minutes away from third place in the state. And Parker Bilkey again, instrumental in the build-up, just
he got
refusing
right back
to go
up
down.
Because he wasn't held down. Yeah, refusing. That's a good shot of support
and Dennis
right there.
White just crashes over for the try. So tries for White,
hopefully,
2 for Rainsford, 1. Go ahead, Rich.
I was going to say, hopefully he's got a tune here. I don't know if the wind has gotten into Parker's psyche this afternoon. He's just got to settle in and kick it true right through the posts.
And this one he sends to the right side. So
just a little wide.
Just one of those difficult days with the T, unfortunately, for Parker Bilkey. But for the Spartans, though, this is the result that they were looking for. They lead by 27 with just over 6.5 minutes remaining in the match. As we take a look down there at the De La Salle bench, Derek Holmberg, longtime coach. So generous with his time, Rich, speaking to us prior to the game. And I think they'll be traveling back to Concord in good spirits, safe to say.
It looks as though that may be the case here with 6 minutes left to go in the game.
The Lancers of St. Francis, the Falcons of Torrey Pines, the state championship game coming up right after the conclusion of this one. San Clemente showed certainly flashes of promise here on their debut in this California High School Rugby Championships, but they've run into a tough customer today, Rich, and a customer that knows what it takes at this sort of level.
They've certainly done their best. There is a little bit more to do for San Clemente on the principles of play and ball security and ball retention, but they're putting up a good fight today.
De La Salle here with Lucas Miranda. Miranda, just as you can see, is dragged down by the shirt.
Miranda looked like he was doing the merengue there for a few steps and slipped and got pinned down.
But what an advertisement for the game here today, showing the sort of, you know, the kind of possibilities you have in the open game. As we saw the running of Thomas Hartenoff, for instance, the kicking of Parker Bilkey, and the finishing ability of Josh Ganovelrich. And these are this is the sort of thing that these are the sort of experiences that they're looking to bring the game to a wider audience in the state of California.
Well, they really are. And both rosters today have a full set of 23 players, all of which will go on to college, hopefully, and play college rugby and continue the experiences and growth in the sport.
And certainly up in our neck of the woods in the San Francisco Bay Area with the likes of Cal and St. Mary's College right in our backyard.
And when they're done with
the next level.
Right, and even here in Mission Viejo nearby, San Diego, you got the great history of OMBAC and
sure,
and all the Southern California teams down here. The adult rugby is vibrant as well, beyond college.
There was a very rare passing mistake from Manfredo Giamona there. I think that's about the only time I've seen that today. This is a useful run here from Cade Namey, the substitute for San Clemente, wearing the number 22 jersey. Here goes San Clemente. There's that man Hartenoff inside of the 22, and he's wrestled to the ground. Parker Bilkey right there to bring him down, also for De La Salle. Every time Hartenoff touches the ball, Rich, you know something exciting is about to happen.
Oh, every time he's touched the ball today, he has sidestepped the defense with ease.
Yes, he has. That sequence of play early, that run from inside his own half, I think that will go down as one of the certainly one of the plays of the day today. Hartenoff just runs upright, has that that's a stout stance, just difficult to bring down.
And it's actually an unteachable skill. Well, it's teachable, but there are many players that come to rugby and know how to run off shoulders, know how to create defensive angles, and get the players on defense to be flat-footed and go right by them.
So just a couple minutes remaining in the match now. De La Salle, as we mentioned, only led by 12 at one point. San Clemente had a chance to trim that lead to 10, and we thought perhaps when Tommy Rainsford unfortunately exited the game with an injury that might have been a chance for San Clemente to come back into the match, but it was not to be, as the tries from Dennis White and from Jack Kuiper, or Parker Bilkey, excuse me, with the difference going forward in the second half of play.
With just a few minutes to go here, De La Salle working to keep possession of the ball, so that the defense has got to do some more work.
They got a couple of guys that will be coming back, at least for next year. We'll get to that in just a second. Here as whistle and plays stop for just a second.
Penalty, De La Salle.
Nice to see the supporting
Bilkey
fans
and-
coming down from the North Bay, north of California, to root on De La Salle. Moms and dads
Players
and
that you
aunts and uncles.
Some players you've got coming back that we'll be seeing again next year for De La Salle. All backs. Chris Biller, of course, wearing number 13 jersey. Lucas Miranda, as Coach Holmberg said, certainly one of the fastest players he's got with the ball in hand. And then, of course, Parker Bilkey. So you've got some real, you got some players that you can build a foundation on for next year, Rich.
Yeah, De La Salle has a very, very good retention program of getting the players to come to their high school and play rugby and play all 3 to 4 years and move on to very good collegiate programs.
A line out to De La Salle, and with just seconds left on
Beautiful.
the clock. De La Salle have had silverware in all 3 tournaments thus far. They were third in 2019. They won it all last year against Torrey Pines, and they will be taking home third place silverware once again. As the Spartans were, of course, the kings of Northern California rugby until the loss to St. Francis earlier on this season. We'll see the Lancers right after this in the state championship against Torrey Pines. De La Salle, with time now being kept on the pitch by referee Palumbo.
Yeah, and as
We'll
they
be
ruck
heading back
forward
to the
here,
San
the scrum half's going to communicate to the ref and keep an eye on the ref and look up and say, we have any time left? And as soon as the ref says no, they'll kick it right out of bounds.
So Bilkey
Or they
here
very
inside
well
the
may
5-meter
score.
line will reach forward and will score. 2 tries on the day for Parker Bilkey. And he concludes a superb afternoon's work for De La Salle. Despite the best efforts there of Michael Madison to drag him down, Bilkey with the reach forward and in for the try.
Yeah, that was a good shot of the form of the tackle. Pardon me. It was a good shot of the form of the tackle, but he did not hold him when he got to the ground. He released. And that opportunity of releasing the ball carrier, he rolled forward to put the ball down the try zone.
So Lucas Miranda will kick here in place of Bilkey, who had missed, I believe, on his last 4 conversions. So now the turn of Miranda here with what you would assume would be the final action of the match. Let's make it a 34-point lead. Miranda with the right foot. And he hooks it wide as well. So 2 tries for Bilkey, 2 for Rainsford, 1 apiece for White, for Ganovel, and for Kuiper. The fans stand to applaud, and De La Salle will be returning to the San Francisco Bay Area with 3rd place honors here in the California High School Rugby Championship as they run out 44-12 winners over the debutant San Clemente Tritons. 2 tries once again for Parker Bilkey and for Tommy Rainsford. Try a piece for Jack Kuiper, Josh Ganovel, and Dennis White. Parker Bilkey was 2 of 6 on conversions and a missed conversion for Lucas Miranda. Try scored by Mason Ord and by Nolan Reed. And Blake Allen missed both of his conversion attempts. Rich, your final thoughts on this match? De La Salle proving they're still one of the top teams in the state.
Oh, it was an excellent day of rugby for these 2 teams and showing the high school level on the principles of play. De La Salle able to maintain the possession, go forward with support and continuity, which paid off in many tries. The Tritons, however, struggled today with their ball security, and that was the difference. The ball security issues in the possession for the Tritons was their downfall. That is a great
De La Salle
picture.
are your third place state champions here in 2023. We are going to step away here on SoCal College Sports and get you ready for the championship game. Torrey Pines of San Diego against St. Francis of Mountain View. This match coming up in just a few minutes' time, so stick around here on SoCal College Sports. We'll be back. De La Salle, your victors, with a 44-12 victory over San Clemente.